It was a cold Saturday night on Northeast 82nd Avenue in Portland, a street known for trouble, gang activity, and the kind of danger most people avoided. But for 68-year-old blind lottery vendor Luis Chen, this corner had been his workplace for 15 years. He couldn't see the world anymore, but he could hear it better than anyone. Every footstep, every engine rumble, every whisper, his ears had become his security system. At 10:47 p.m., Luis heard something wrong. 6 sets of footsteps moved into the alley beside him, too slow, too controlled. Voices dropped to tense whispers. Metal clicked. Breathing patterns sharpened. Luis tilted his head, filtering the city noise the way only a blind auditory expert could. They're waiting for the biker who passes here every Saturday at 11, he thought. They're planning a machete ambush, and that biker was Marcus Stone, a calm, respectful man who always bought a scratch-off and tipped Luis $2. Luis had no time to call police, no time for explanations. He had minutes to decide whether to risk his life to stop a murder he could hear but not see. At 10:55 p.m., Marcus's motorcycle approached 5 minutes early. Luis stepped into the narrow street, raised his white cane horizontally, and blocked the path. Marcus slammed his brakes, confused until Luis shouted, "Stop! Turn around!" 6 men behind the wall, I hear their breathing. They're waiting to kill you, Marcus froze. Combat instincts told him the old man wasn't lying. How do you know? He whispered. Luis tapped his cane. I'm blind, not deaf. As Marcus texted his emergency code to the Reapers, his veteran motorcycle brotherhood, the 6 men emerged. They expected an easy kill. Instead, they found a blind man who had detected their ambush before any camera or patrol. We take the blind guy first, one thug growled. But before they could act, the street erupted with roaring engines. 12 Reaper bikes surrounded them in seconds. Outnumbered and outmatched, the gang surrendered. Police arrived minutes later, stunned by the blind witness who had uncovered a murder plan through sound alone. But by morning, danger wasn't over. The gang's leader sent a message from the patrol car. Blind man, you just made yourself a target. Days later, the retaliation arrived. Luis's old, fragile home was firebombed at night. He and his daughter barely escaped. The house burned to ashes, decades of memories gone. But the flames also strengthened Luis's resolve. They think blindness makes me weak, he told Detective Chen. It makes me aware. Luis agreed to testify in court, relying only on the voices, footsteps, and speech rhythms he had memorized. The defense mocked him a blind man identifying criminals? But Luis dismantled them with expert precision, matching every defendant to the sound he remembered. The jury took 4 hours. Guilty, 15 years. Plus 5 more for threatening a blind witness. But danger returned the same day. In the courthouse elevator, 3 gang members cornered Luis and his daughter, weapons hidden, no cameras watching. Luis couldn't see them, but he could hear everything. Their breathing patterns, the weight shifts, the metal scraping on belts. He whispered to Marcus before the doors closed, tapping his cane in a coded pattern. By the time the elevator reached the basement, the Reapers were already there surrounding the attackers and saving Luis's life once again. Months later, the Reapers rebuilt Luis's home, fully accessible, voice-activated, and designed for the blind. Marcus offered him paid work as an audio security consultant. His daughter moved back to Portland. Luis began helping police and veterans, proving that his disability was never a weakness, only a different strength. Standing at a ceremony, he summarized his journey. Sometimes blind men see dangers sighted people miss. Sometimes a white cane stops violence cameras never detect. My eyes failed, but my ears learned to protect. His courage didn't just save Marcus. It changed the law, protected witnesses, and showed the world that true vision isn't always through the eyes, sometimes it's through the soul.